Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are playing The Pale Beyond today, and we've got some problems on our hand, folks. If you missed the last episode, well, Timmy has died. Little Timmy had frostbite, and I didn't know he would succumb the very next week from it. So he has died. You can see we've got these skull icons next to some of our crew. We got to speak to him. We got to talk about Timmy. Gnome says, that lad tried to help us as much as he could, Captain. Crew loved him. We all did. Oh, can't believe this. They're going to be so pissed at me. We're losing decorum left and right. Let me tell you that. What does Lefty say? Child that young had no place on the crew. I understand him wanting to be with his father, but it's not right, Captain. It's not right. Okay, so we only got to choose to speak to a couple of people. That's interesting. I thought we could go through the whole list, but no, apparently not. Looks like we got some stuff to do before our stories here, our decisions. Nutley says, this one wandered into my tent this morning. Come along, Pascal. Don't bother him. Did he get into your stores by any chance? Cordell asked. No, he just woke me from my sleeping bag. He was licking my face. A friendly one. No need to be frightened, Doctor. I'm not. Of course you're not frightened. You're terrified of the dog. All right, let's overhear the scouts over here. Kurt, you know Richard? I much prefer a hearty dinner of wild game to what we had before. Never could stomach those tinned rations, least of all the peaches. Is that so? Templeton says. I admit I might be a little biased. Where I'm from, you could get fresh peaches in the bundle, right off the tree. Bite into one of those and it takes me back to my childhood. All right, Kurt. And Templeton responds, yes, peach is a native to your home island, as I understand. Apperton didn't quite get the flavor, Justice, when they decided you all should have them. It's all too processed, I say. Well, concessions have to be made in order to encourage further production. Are you sure there's an issue with the flavor, or do you simply prefer to live off the land, Kurt? You know, it may just be that. I admit there's a certain satisfaction in gathering your meal for yourself. It's how we did it hundreds of years ago. Thankfully, those days are long behind us, Templeton says. Anyway, I must attend the day's requests. I'm surprised to hear him chatting so much with the crew. All right, what's this here in the middle? Hammond, morning, Captain. I think I'm going to miss the summer when it leaves us. Yeah, I can't believe we're still in the summer here. We haven't even hit winter yet. Never took you for a summer man, Hammond. Why is that? I say, what are you, stupid? Why would you ask that? I say, bring on the winter. Let this place show the worst it has for us. Oh, dang it. We're always on a knife edge with Hammond. He really doesn't like me that much. Tempting fate with that one, Captain. Winter means colder. Colder means having to waste more fuel on this bloody thing. Not looking forward to that, let me tell you. Yeah, that was kind of a stupid response, Hammond. You're right. Sorry, I'll do better. All right, let's do our daily requests. We've got a lot to do today, so let's see how many people are here. Nutley's here. Interesting. Captain, Kurt's game of rugby was a rousing success. Everyone was eager to get involved. Nice. 12 decorum. We need that. Even yourself, Doctor? Templeton asked. You don't seem the sort. I'm not, but Kurt did drag me out there. I was tackled fairly hard, but I'm still feeling it, to be honest. I'm not alone. I'm not surprised there was much roughhousing involved. Still, everyone had a great time despite the multitude of aches and pains. If you'll excuse me, I need to lie down now. Kurt and Hammond, here they are. I'm telling you, you're jumping the gun here, Kurt says. And I'm telling you, you're out of your bloody mind. Gentlemen, what seems to be the issue here? Apologies for bursting in like this, but winter's on its way. We need to hunker down as soon as possible. If we want to survive the cold, we'll want the camp set up for the winter in 2 weeks. A good idea, Hammond. You disagree with this, Kurt? And yes, let's see. You want protection from the elements, I understand, but I know just how long this winter can last, says Kurt. If we haven't stockpiled enough food, we'll starve to death waiting for the weather to clear. Oh, this is going to be a delicate balancing act here. So you would suggest a longer hunting period, Templeton asks? Much longer. 5 weeks if we can. Wow. 5 bloody weeks, Hammond responds. Winter will have hit by then. Are ye mad? We have enough to live off. 2 weeks is all we need. I'm sorry, have you been on the ice before? You talk like you have, Kurt responds. Don't need experience to have common bloody sense, do I? Men, calm down. There's no need to turn this agreement personal. Captain, your thoughts. Hammond is right. I agree with Kurt. I'll have to think this over. You both make good points. I'm going to go with Hammond because I really don't have much loyalty with him, and I've got a ton with Kurt. So that was good. That was good, actually. Despite the fact that I don't know really what to do either way, but just siding with the person we need the most loyalty with is probably the smart course of action. Mr. Darling, that is enough. The decision has been made. All right, so we leave, or we stop hunting in 2 weeks, I guess. Then that's it. I trust your captain's choice. Perhaps 2 weeks from now, circumstances will change. We'll see. Well, that's a good point, Templeton. Now, if you'll both carry on with your work. Fine. Okay, I trust you, Captain. All right, and Mr. Zack, someone we don't hear a lot from, one of the scientists. Captain, a suggestion. The ice at this camp seems stable enough. We could conceivably drill a hole through it. For what purpose? Ice fishing. Smart. I understand the crew are quite adept at the pastime. Really? And it would prove a pathway to gather more food. Certainly, I'll assign some crew to the matter. Yep, for sure. Let's get Runtsda and him. He looks like a sailing guy. Oh, do I need a full 3? I need a full 3. I'll do a scientist. We usually have a scientist left over. I don't really want to do a freezing one, though. Yeah, let's do that. That's better. Okay, nice. Templeton got some loyalty out of that. Perhaps we will catch something worth our while. Let's see. Hopefully it's not another leopard seal. Oh my gosh. You guys missed that leopard seal attack. That was no fun. Actually, it was kind of fun, but we killed it. Earlier debate between Hammond and Mr. Darling was quite worrying. If our navigator and engineer are at odds, a divide will form amongst the crew. Let's see. They're both reasonable. Hammond and Kurt should learn to respect my authority. Neither are endearing themselves to the sailors, it seems. Okay, the crew is like the body. Each organ must be working in tandem if we are to survive. Interesting analogy there, Templeton. All right, so we can set up our hooch. Oh, hold on, there's a conversation over here. Warm one today, relatively speaking. I never understood how we could grow so used to the cold, Kurt says. I can't even handle a proper summer back home these days. Har! An island summer might just be what I need when this is done. Oh, good point. All right, let's go ahead and check the hoosh. Okay, we got 9. Oh, wow. Put one of those in. We're going to have to use these penguins for the furnace, I think, which kind of sucks. But, yeah, I think that's enough food. It's not a lot, but let's return. Let's go to the furnace. First of all, let's feed the furnace. Wow, that is not much at all. I can't put those in the furnace. It's just not worth it at all. It's a total waste doing that. We have to do nothing but hunt for the next 2 weeks. And I don't know how we're going to save up enough food and fuel for that time period. It just does not seem realistic to me. All right, let's get these people to work. Okay, we healed 2 frozen people, and we still have a multitude, including 1 person with frostbite. So I'm a little nervous about that. All right, nothing going on. I guess we should go ahead and assign. Oh, look at this. I literally have to do some exploring before I can do any hunting. That's terrible. It's down and out, just terrible. All right, I don't want to send anybody who's already cold because that'll probably give them frostbite and kill them. So I'm going to have to be... Actually, you know what? I can't send a scout. No, I can't send the scouts. This is tough. We do not have the right people here. And if I don't send out anybody who's already cold, then we're not going to have enough food. Oh, this is tough. All right, I guess I'll have to send out some... demoralized person and somebody who's already chilled. So hopefully that person doesn't develop frostbite, but I bet you they will. I bet you they will. Anyway, let's go ahead and do some scouting. Oh, come on with that. Freaking scientist mission. 2 science missions? Are you kidding me? That's such bad luck. I mean, it's good for morale, but yikes. Where are we going to get the food? We've only got a couple weeks left. Maybe I'll have to backtrack and go back on my decision. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's just call the crew for dinner. All right, time to get some socializing done here. It is the evening of week 14. Dinner is shared. Stories are traded. Let's listen. Oh, Nutley. Oh, you are ice fishing. Yes, are you interested? My father would take me fishing quite often. I have some experience, of course. It's a different story on the ice. Feel free to take the reins, Doctor. Oh, thank you. Perhaps a bit later. All right, that's cool. Maybe Nutley can help us. Let's see here. Over here, this conversation. Grips. I see the Chiefs got into a bit of a spat with Mr. Darling. Aye. Hammond's brilliant, but he's adamant to make everything harder on himself. Not that Darling is any better, Grip says. Okay, Lefty says, starting to miss the browbeating heat. Calling this summer feels like a joke. Bundle up more, old man. It will only get colder from here, Gnome says. All right, the winter's setting in. Yep. All right. Yorick the Third. I've noticed old Kurt has been butting heads with the engineer lately. Everybody's talking about it. Not surprised. Mr. Hammond has butted heads with just about everyone so far. Good point. That mole man ought to be careful who he speaks to. He's fortunate Kurt is so patient. It's no surprise the scouts will stick up for their boss. Flick says, let's be fair, Kurt is as stubborn as the rest at times. Well, she's honest. Okay, and we'll pop into the tent here, talk to Kasha. Before I joined this expedition, I was concerned with how my report would be received. I'm certain the wreck makes for some interesting story, but before that, it feels like interest in the great explorers is waning. Then why did you take the story? Does the successful report matter to you? Perhaps we renew that interest. There we go. That's what I'm hoping for. I grew up on these tales. Don't know where I'd be without them. Others may not care these days, but they stick with me. I hope another child latches onto this story. I want to go ahead and assign somebody if I can here. Is there anybody who's demoralized? That's not already working? Oh. Nope, these people are just both freezing. Crap. Well, yep. I screwed myself there, but that's okay. Let's go back. Leave. I don't know if we can talk to him. Okay, Nutley, I've made friends with this crew. Kasha, Kurt, Jr., they've all treated me with kindness since I arrived. Sorry, I had to say that out loud to someone. I suppose it sounds awfully childish to brag, doesn't it? It's okay to be childish, Doctor. You are still in your youth after all. He's got gray hair. Childish, no. Pathetic, maybe. Not at all. Happy for you, Arthur. There we go. 10 loyalty. Oh, thank you. I'm just happy I can admit something like that. It's kind of you to listen. Aw. Okay, so we can leave the tent. Let's talk to Cordell. Cordell says, Stanberry and Pascal were engaged in a fight this morning. A more serious matter than the usual scrap. Uh-oh. I put a stop to it, but it is concerning. Those two often don't get along. No, I'm sorry. She says those two often get along. Okay. They're dogs, Cordell. I wouldn't look too much into it. Perhaps the pressure is finally getting to them. Yes, loyalty. I would hope not, but you may be right. The stress can affect us all, can it not? I will have to be more gentle with that pair in the coming weeks. All right, good job. Glad we could weigh in on that for you, Cordell. Let's pet the dog. And Kurt, what's up, man? I've been thinking, Shaw. If this expedition is indeed the end of the line for Kurt Darling, I wonder how they'll speak of me when I fail to return. What will the newspaper say? I wouldn't worry about the newspaper clippings. The newspapers would of your family. They'll herald your return and nothing more. Don't lose faith. There we go. We got to start winning back a little bit of loyalty for Kurt. We lost some recently. Ever the optimist, Captain? Suppose I should think the same, for this crew's sake at least. Funny, isn't it? No matter what you do in life, you never get to see your own legacy. All right, so let's see here. Hammond, did we talk to him? Crewmate just asked me if the dogs could serve as emergency fuel. Don't think they were serious, but I had a bloody good laugh imagining the Kennel Master's face if we suggested it. Sure, you tell Cordell. I'll watch Kasha. We'll work on your obituary. Good one. Oh, a little levity there from Hammond. Ha, you're funnier one, aren't you? Pretty sure it's the captain's job to pass on that message. You should try it. Yikes. That was pretty good. All right, so is that it? Have we done it? Man, I feel like that is just, we are not prepared. It's really this scouting. We just had terrible scouting this week. Oh my God. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. Let's go ahead and end the week here. See what happens. I have a bad feeling. I have a real bad feeling. All right. Food rations are solid. Fuel, well, we'll just see how it goes. Gnomes returned 4 penguins. Yikes, the dogs are rested. Freezing. Succumbed to 2 Johns is dead. I knew it was going to happen. So if they stay frostbitten for 1 week's time, then they die. Oh, man. Progressed into frostbite. Look, cavities. Missed his gloss is freezing. Oh. Look, we've got 4 people with frostbite. Oh, you got to be kidding me. It's not even winter yet. How are we this far behind? What have I done wrong? I feel like I've made every wrong decision in the book so far, especially giving the dog the hat. That was where it all went downhill, was that decision. Oh my gosh, guys. That has done it for this episode. Oh, look, we got penguins over there. Wow. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this one. It's been a little bit depressing the last few episodes, but we're going to try and pull through here and survive as long as we can. So tune in tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. Hit like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.